Hey, what's up, Spencer? My name is Everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Do you like animated movies? Do you like unique character designs and animation choices which in many ways have never been shown before? Do you like the way animation allows characters and worlds to express themselves in ways that we could never possibly show in real life? Yeah? You do? Well then, fuck you. We should make everything live action where we can't do any of that shit. Yeah, so recently Dreamworks has announced that they are making a live action shot for shot remake of one of their most well-known, well-loved movies, How to Train Your Dragons. Why are they doing this, you may ask? Do they love the characters and the world so much that they want to expand upon it and bring them to life? No. The real reason is that Toothless plushie sales are down and they want to ride on your nostalgia and steal more money from you. I honestly hate the concept of live action remakes. It should be illegal to make something live action that was originally animated, honestly. I do not think that there has ever been a live action remake that even came close to being as good as what the original was. Well, except for Death Note, of course. Not only that, but Hollywood is so obsessed with money nowadays that they are absolutely terrified of putting any sort of resources into anything original that could potentially flop. And this is why now we are stuck in this cycle of studios making absolutely nothing but remake after remake or nothing but prequels and sequels. Did you guys see that they're making a Lion King prequel based on Mufasa? A live action Mufasa prequel. Literally, who fucking asked for that? Artists are out here dying to put their original work on screen, and studios are absolutely refusing to do it because they might not make back 10 times more money than what they put into it. Instead, they'll just make a 17th Star Wars film. So let's actually talk about the live action How to Train Your Dragon trailer, because even though this is supposed to be a shot for shot remake, they are clearly already messing a ton of shit up. Which honestly, I don't know how you can manage when you have a literal blueprint of the most perfect movie ever sitting right in front of you, but somehow they are managing it. So this is actually a pretty short trailer. It's only about a minute long, but already there are some very glaringly obvious differences between the animated version and the live action remake. I mean, for one, Hiccup does not look like the scrawny, pathetic boy that he is supposed to be. He just looks like a normal 17-year-old. This is even more obvious in the scene in which he's trying to tell his dad that he can't kill dragons. In the original animated, it is very obvious that Stoic is at least 2 feet taller and 3 feet wider than Hiccup, which really enunciates how different he is from all of the other Vikings, while in the live action, they're practically the same height. They also clearly don't know anything about what Toothless's character is supposed to be, because when we see this original scene of Hiccup and Toothless meeting for the very first time, Toothless is not doing what he is supposed to. In the original animated version, Toothless clearly has a lot of distrust towards Hiccup, which we can easily see by the way his eyes are narrowed and his pupils are slitted, but in this live action version, he already has these big, wide puppy dog eyes. And even just this little change has so many different implications, because this is not supposed to be a scene in which Hiccup sees Toothless and goes, "Aww," and then can't kill him because of that. This is supposed to be a scene in which Hiccup sees this terrifying dragon that has killed countless humans, and despite that, Hiccup still cannot bring himself to end Toothless's life, because that's who Hiccup is. He cannot kill anything. Although they've gotten Toothless's shape correct, they clearly don't have any of his expressions or movements right, which is kind of stupid, because They're both animated. You could literally just copy and paste Toothless from the original movie into this one. I don't understand why we needed to change anything. And it seems like I'm not the only person who's hating on this trailer. It actually has a pretty significant dislike rate, and the top comments are ones that say, "Wow, it's amazing how they got the CGI dragon to look like a CGI dragon, and an animated version of this movie would be so cool." I can say they did get Stoic's voice actor to come and play the live action version of Stoic, which I have to admit, that is kind of cool. But I also have seen a lot of hate because they have cast a non-white actor to play Astrid. There's a significant portion of people who are complaining that you can't have non-white people play Vikings. Vikings were all white. Which, no, they fucking weren't. You know what Vikings are well known for? Traveling around the world in their little boats. And you know what places they traveled to? Russia, North America, the Middle East, and even Africa. Whoa! You know what else the Vikings are known for? Taking people from foreign lands and bringing them back to their Viking societies where they would work as thralls or get married and intermingle and have little mixed-raced Viking babies. I swear to God, white supremacists are the stupidest people that I have ever met in my entire life. They all have this idea that at some point in the past, there was this like pure white race that has never mixed with any other race, when that never has been and never will be a thing. Literally ever since the dawn of time, people have been talking to and trading with and traveling to other parts of the world where they sucked and fucked and had babies with people of different backgrounds than them. Just because a race has been predominantly white does not mean that there hasn't also been a significant minority of them that was also Black or Asian or other parts of races. Like, there has never been a pure all-white race. Ever. There has always been a mixing and co-mingling of white people with other people in the world. Literally anytime somebody says, "Hey, you can't have a Black person in this, it's not historically accurate," that just tells me that they have never opened a history book about anything ever. Not to mention, this is a movie about dragons. If you're okay with having CGI dragons in your movie and you're not going to complain about the historical accuracy of it, but the second somebody with a drop of melanin steps on screen, it's suddenly, actually, you're just a stupid piece of shit. Bitch, shut up and go and read a real book. Actually, I'm going to tell you what book you should read. It's called Children of Ash, The History of Vikings by Neil Price. And this is all about how Nazism, white supremacy, and heteronormativity has completely skewed our view of Vikings and what they were actually like. So this goes through about how a lot of Vikings were actually extremely homosexual, and how what we consider traditional gender roles today are absolutely not what the Vikings were following. White supremacists love to claim that Vikings were like doing gender roles properly, when in reality, men weren't even allowed to control the finances in their household. Women were in charge of that stuff because math was considered a woman thing. Men didn't even know how to add back then. So if you actually want to learn about what Vikings were like, I highly suggest that you pick this one up. Or, you could just continue living in your lies to protect your fragile white masculinity. Anyway, we're kind of getting to the end of what I have to say about this live action shitty How to Train Your Dragon trailer. Honestly, I recently saw a girl do an ASMR shot-for-shot fan remake of the Shrek movie, and I would much rather watch her do a ASMR shot-for-shot remake of How to Train Your Dragon way before I would ever see whatever type of garbage these studios are putting out. Please, please, please do not go and see this movie. All these studios care about is making money. And if we want to see original stuff again, we need to not give money to remakes and live action versions and start giving money to original things like when Nimona came out. That is honestly the only way that we're going to start getting original stuff again, because studios only care about making money. So if they see that that's where the money is, that's where we're going to start seeing those projects. And if you do still want to see this movie for whatever reason, there are other ways that you can view it that will still keep money away from these studios. So please pick that option instead if you do still want to hate watch this or something for whatever reason. Anyway, that's kind of all that I have on this topic. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But besides that, I hope that you stay safe and have a fantastic day. Bye.